take some questions from the audience.
Hi, so I understand that the fame brought you a lot of great things, like your monsters and everything that's happening to you. But is there something that the fame brought you that you could do without? Thanks.
That I could do without? I don't know. No, I would say no. I don't want to focus on anything negative like that. There's always, whether you're famous or you're not, there's always things in your life that you could do without. So I don't think anything is particularly fame related. I've got a really good family, and if anything, I'm grateful because my family and I wrestled fame to the ground, and we're stronger than ever. So no.
Hi, Lady Gaga. Thanks so much for coming.
You look so cute.
A little background on this. I took the inspiration from the Kermit the Frog one.
Yes.
You can't tell.
Now, is that a
and
bunny?
I added a little bit of myself in it. They're bunnies, so for Easter, and I thought it'd be a hop-in, attire. You like that? I liked it too.
Are you? That's funny.
Sorry, what was that?
That's funny.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, so I thought I'd had to, dress up because I definitely wanted to speak to you and give you a hug or whatever. But I think Google as a whole and YouTube and the world is very excited for you to come here and be so candid. So on that note, I'm definitely, really curious. When you're not in the spotlight, when you're home, in New York with your family, what are some of the things you enjoy doing? What do you wear? What do your pajamas look like?
Well, I'm actually, I'm very into yoga. So I do a lot of that really, I saw the yoga rooms here at Big Room, not Big Room, at Google. I was like, it's inching my way. But I'm actually really into that crazy hot yoga and 100-degree rooms. It's the only thing that I feel can be really bad at and nobody knows. So I sort of take comfort in the journey of becoming good at yoga because if I suck at it one day, nobody sees it and it's just me. I guess that's the thing about fame that is difficult, is if you screw up, Google is there. So I love yoga. I love cooking. I'm a really good cook, actually, which maybe some of you may not know about me. I love spending time with my mom. I love getting really drunk with my friends at the same bars that we used to go to and listening to AC/DC records. And what do I wear? To tell you the truth, it's very funny because my father quite often is like, can't you just put on this but have you been to any of my shows out of curiosity?
No, not yet.
You haven't yet? Well, I would say anyone that's seen me live would tell you that whether I'm dressed like this or I'm wearing a t-shirt, I look the same. And I know that might sound silly, but it's not this that you are responding to anymore. And I keep talking about this because my fans are actually quite blind to my clothes now because they're so used to it that they don't see it anymore. They just see me. And I'm excited about that because I think with this new album, people will wonder less and less what I look like when I'm brushing my teeth. But the truth is I look exactly like I look right now. I just, probably have a Motley Crue t-shirt on and there's a really good-looking guy in my bed.
Well, thank you.
I think my manager just ducked out of the room.
Well, anytime you want to come cooking or, hanging out with my mom and your mom, you're more than welcome to.
Well, you asked for a hug, so do you want to come up in here and get one? Let me just fall down my throat.
Take a picture too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you so much. It was so
Good. Nice to meet you.
See you later.
You're so cute. That's a lot of bunnies.
I think there's 16.
16.
So we'll take a few more questions here.
Sure.
So.
Hi, my name is Logan. Thank you so much for coming.
Hi, Logan.
I'm thrilled that you're here. Hi. I'm wondering, have you seen the video called Friday by Rebecca Black?
No.
So this is the latest internet sensation, and it's this 13-year-old girl who made a video, and now it's online, and everyone's making fun of it and just kind of criticizing it as really cheesy, which it is, but she's only 13. And my reaction to it, or I'm curious about your reaction to YouTube as a forum for new artists and for some of the criticism that maybe young people get for going online, and then on the other side, there's the Justin Biebers who are becoming famous through YouTube. So what do you think about the future of fame through YouTube?
I think it's fantastic. I say Rebecca Black is a genius, and anyone that's telling her she's cheesy is full of shit.
Thank you.
Okay, so over here.
Hi, Gaga. Thanks for coming. My name's
Hi.
Coleman.
That's really nice.
I think you may have outdone the headpiece.
See, now I don't want to laugh because I'm quite certain that sometimes when I enter the room, that's how people feel. But it's really good. It kind of looks like the Chrysler Building.
Thank you. I used to be an architect, so.
Where'd you go to school?
At Carnegie Mellon.
It's a great school.
I'm happy to lend this to you for your concert tonight. If
It looks an awful lot like one of the outfits. It might go quite well, actually.
it's all yours.
Thank you.
My serious question, though, is we've talked about Gaga this, Gaga that, and the fame monster, but what about Stefani? Like, how do you stay Stefani through?
I love this question. Who are you looking for? I'm right here. Stefani is also who I am. Gaga's just my nickname. It's like when you're a kid and your mom calls you Skip, or instead of calling you, Johnny, she calls you Jonathan when you're bad. It's the same thing for me. It was a way for me to release so many years of being told no by this business. And it's actually funny because I didn't shop around to record labels until I was calling myself Gaga, until people in New York knew me as Lady Gaga. But in high school and making music and choir and being cast in the boys' play, and all the girls hated me because I always got the lead. They hated me for that. Because it was at the boys' school, so if you got the lead, you were always at the boys' school after school. So I guess what I'm trying to say is I really make absolutely no separation between Stefani and Gaga. It is the absolute same person. It was a way for me in my life, and it's a gift I wish I could give to anyone, is if you went through hard times when you were a kid, or when you were in college, or maybe you had a job that really, they fired you and you were poor for 2 years and then you got a new, I wish I could give that gift to anyone, of being able to say, I rebuke all of that negativity and I am now a new person and I'm going to be the queen I know that I can be. And that's really all that it is.
Thanks. Well, I know you have a meticulously planned wardrobe, but just in case, I'm going to leave this for you.
Thank you very much.
We will take 2 more
Please
questions.
leave all fashion accessories. Thank you.
Aww.
So sweet.
Have a great set.
I can't, it's not gonna fit.
Do you want help?
It's not balancing very well.
Okay, we'll do 2 more questions. Okay.
Thank you very much for coming.
Hi.
So much of your music is, as you kind of labeled it, the avant-garde techno rock, and kind of lends itself towards this really epic sound. And then you take those songs and you make these amazing acoustic versions that are just this polar opposite in terms of the musicality. And I was just wondering if you talk about the process of building those two songs out of the same lyrics, same notes, same chords, and is there one that you prefer, like performing?
Well, I guess what I would say is a lot of times in my songwriting process, I will begin at the piano. So I will actually write one of the songs on the album that is truly one of my favorites. It's called The Edge of Glory. And it's kind of a sad story, sorry to be a downer, but my grandpa died about 5 months ago, and my dad and I were going to say goodbye to him at the hospice, and I got out a big thing of agave tequila, and my dad sat next to me at the piano, and we just started doing shots back and forth. And I wrote The Edge of Glory on the piano, and my dad and I cried, and the song's about your last moment on earth, the moment of truth. The edge of glory is that moment right before you leave the earth. So that song can be played on the piano, but it's actually set to this giant, huge techno rock, Springsteen-esque dance beat. I actually had Clarence Clemens from the E Street Band come in and play saxophone on it. It's fucking beautiful. And I do that with a lot of my songs, but it's funny, it's so interesting to hear your perspective on it, because that is really what I wanted to do with this album, is I wanted to show my abilities as a songwriter. So a lot of the songs are like that. There's really no song on the album that can't be played at a piano acoustically. It's all about the songwriting. It's all about my abilities as a writer, from a melodic perspective, and I co-produced every song on the album. So sonically, it just smells like me, if that makes any sense. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, in my opinion, all good music can be played at a piano and still sound like a hit.
Thank you very much.
And one more question here.
Hi, I'm Chris.
Hello. Why do I feel like some of you were coaxed into doing this?
Well, because we were promised we would get a prize if we were the best dressed.
Oh.
So I'm hoping to win.
So you get $200 after you take those balls off, huh?
They're actually loofahs. But
They're what, loofahs?
loofahs.
I'm sorry, can't I take my glasses off?
Yeah.
You can take a really fancy shower then after this.
Okay, so I forgot my question because I'm nervous, but but I wanted to ask you, after hearing you talk, you have a very positive look on life. So I was just kind of wondering where that came from. What happened in your life to shape that? Because not many people are like you and can always rebuke things that are bad and always look to the good.
Well, my mom. I have a really good mom. She really was there for me, and she always taught me to be very gracious. My mother is the kind of person that will give you the shirt off her back if you're cold, and that is how I was raised. But I guess I would also see, and I don't know if people in this room are religious, and I always feel kind of awkward talking about religion because I don't want people to feel like I'm impressing any kind of belief on you. But I do believe that God comes in many forms, and I don't believe that we know what he looks like. That's something that I actually address in Judas. But I see God in my fans. So every night when I look into the audience, I feel like I see this force of beauty and that I don't know. It's just faith. So I see faith in my fans, and that's what keeps me strong as them. Is I really, when I go out there, I don't go out after the show and get plastered and do a ton of drugs, and when I go on stage the next day, I can barely sing. I'm very, very disciplined and hardworking, and I am as a blonde woman with tits and ass, very proud of my accomplishments as a musician, and I say that with lots of strength. People call it arrogance, but I do believe that women in pop music have a very bad rap, and I think people have learned to expect very little from all of us, and it's very unfair. It's very prejudiced. So me and my tits and my ass and my brain are very proud to be here today. And I truly see God in my fans. They are who I worship, is what I'm trying to say. And I believe what you worship in your life doesn't have to be religion or an institution or a certain kind of God. It's just, you must worship your faith. Perhaps I'm speaking in my own Gaga tongues, but I worship my fans, is what I'm trying to say. They are my religion.
That makes sense. One more thing. I'm sorry to ask, but can I have a hug too? It's like one of my dreams. I love your music.
I love you too.
It's okay?
Yeah, go ahead, ask me. Oh, I thought he was asking me another. Oh, yeah, come on up. Yeah. I'm not gonna say no.
I love that so much.
See?